Monster Hunter Wilds will be a very accessible game for newcomers, traversal improvements detailed. Monster Hunter Wilds will be a very accessible game for newcomers, thanks to the implementation of some new features. Speaking with Gamer Braves, producer Izo Tsujimoto commented on some of the new game mechanics, including those that are meant to ease newcomers into the experience, such as tutorials. These tutorials, which teach the basics of the experience, come with some options that allow players to tweak them to show as little or as much as they want. These tweaking options are certainly quite welcome, as they will not only help newcomers but will also allow more experienced players to hone them so that they can play without any hindrance right from the start. Tsujimoto-san also mentioned that players can get some help from Alma the handler to pick the weapon best suited for their playstyles by replying to some questions. This feature was also available in the Gamescom demo I had the chance to try out earlier this year, so it is likely it will be in next week's open beta, which seems to be based on the public demos, and in the final game as well. Not every new feature in Monster Hunter Wilds was implemented just to help newcomers, however. The introduction of weapon switching, for example, is meant to provide players with more options and not break the gameplay action loop too much. As for why players can only bring 2 weapons, Tsujimoto-san confirmed it was to make things realistic, as being able to switch between all 14 types wouldn't have been so. Palico's now being able to talk was also a change that was made to help the flow of action, as auditory cues are just better than visual ones in this regard. If players want, however, they can revert the Palico's voices to the meows of the previous entries in the series. Speaking of characters talking, Tsujimoto-san also confirmed that the hunter talking was a change made to help immersion, but players shouldn't expect them to speak a lot, as the team wanted to keep the tone of the series intact in Monster Hunter Wilds. Thanks to feedback from Monster Hunter World, Traversal has been improved considerably in the new entry in the series. The introduction of bigger, seamless maps proved to be somewhat of an issue for some players in the 2018 game, and with the bigger maps of Monster Hunter Wilds, scout flies wouldn't have been enough. With the technological advancements made in the past few years, the development team not only was able to implement the secret, but also to improve their eyes so much that they can bring the player to the target monster by pressing a single button. Monster Hunter Wilds launches on February 28 on PC, PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X, and Xbox Series S worldwide. Thanks to the aforementioned open beta, players on all formats will be able to try out the game next week.